Today we are going to continue the journey of fava from Italy all the way to Egypt. So, do you remember anything?
Yeah, a lot. I've never thought in a million years that fava beans can be that good.
Today we are going to prepare fava in cicoria, typical from Apulia and Foggia where I grew up. Let's start.
First thing first, always check your beans, if there are any stones or dry skin to be discarded. Start by soaking the fava in water a day before, or at least for 12 hours. This will make the fava beans softer and easier to cook. Worth to mention is the Carpino bean, renowned nationally for its quality and flavor characteristics, cultivated throughout the territory of Gargano in Apulia. Wash and drain the fava beans and put it in a large pot. The Carpino beans have been a slow food presidium safeguarded as an economic, social and cultural heritage. Roughly add about 200 grams of washed Jersey Royal potatoes, skin on, then 2 cloves of garlic, cut it in half. This will add a light garlic taste, not overpowering, which complements the flavor of the dish. Add 2 bay leaves, salt and pepper. Put enough water to cover the beans and cook it for at least 2 hours, adding some more water halfway through if needed. It should be soft enough to be mashed with a fork. If you think vegan food is boring, you should really give this vegan recipe a try. And now for the ruby red chili oil with a Mediterranean touch of dry oregano, which will blow your mind away and take the dish to the next level. Start by putting the extra virgin olive oil into a small saucepan. Add a few stems of dry oregano or 1 tablespoon of the loose ones from the supermarket over a medium to low heat. When it's about 110 degrees Celsius, turn off the heat. Leave it aside to slightly cool down for 15 minutes, not to retain bitter flavor. In the meantime, check the cooking of the fava beans, making sure it doesn't dry out of water. After 15 minutes has passed, pass it through a sieve over a sterilized glazed bowl, not a plastic one, or you are going to end up with fried toast. Mash the dry oregano, applying pressure to squeeze out the oil and aroma of the oregano. Now add the dry chili flakes, 1 teaspoon of pimento and 1 teaspoon of salt, and give it a good stir. I used dried Calabrian chili peppers where chili oil originated in Italy. It's a combination and variety of tastes that's simply unique. Although predominantly spicy, those peppers ooze flavor and also have a salty, smoky and even fruity taste. To enrich the chili oil and give it a succulent and sweet flavor, I also added Spanish dry pimento peppers. From the union of these two symbolic products of the Mediterranean, extra virgin olive oil and chili, one of the most delicious and lively condiment was born. The fava should be done by now. Take it off the heat and set a big pot of water on high heat for the chicory. Cut it in quarter lengthwise, wash it and boil it for 10 minutes, adding salt to the water. You know that chicory was cultivated in ancient Egypt? It has a lot of health benefits. Even a Greek physician from the 2nd century called it friend of the liver, and is still used in some traditional medicine as a probiotic to aid with digestive issues. Once the chicory is tender, remove it from the water and keep it aside. Meanwhile, heat up a griddle and let's prepare the tomato dressing. Start by peeling and thinly slicing half a clove of garlic. Put it in a large bowl. Then, take the tomato and put them on the hot griddle. Use a torch, if you have one, to speed up the process and give your tomatoes an extra charred flavor. Leave it to cook all the way through while preparing the rest of the dressing. Take a mild green chili, half it, deseed it, thinly slice it and add it to the bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of the chili oil we made earlier and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Now, take the tomato off the grill and peel the skin off. Dice them and add it to the rest of the dressing. Grill the chicory from both sides. This is not the traditional way to do chicory. Some people serve it just boiled, others like to pan-fry it with some garlic and tomatoes. I'm going to grill it to add a smoky flavor as a personal touch. While chicory leaves usually have a bitter taste, the flavor is appreciated in certain cuisines such as in the Ligurian and Apulian regions of Italy, and also in the southern part of India. Add a few chopped parsley leaves to the dressing and take the chicory off the griddle. Chicory is also used as a sweetener in the food industry and is sometimes added to yogurt. Season the dressing with a pinch of salt and mix it to emulsify all the ingredients. Remove the roots of the chicory, discard them, then add the stems to the bowl and give it a good stir. Chicory also has a high concentration of inulin, which is rich in fibers and sometimes is used as a sugar replacement. Cut a few slices of sourdough bread, score it and drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on top. Grill them from both sides enough to give a little bit of crunch to the outer part but still soft in the middle. This will balance the whole dish, adding some texture to the creaminess of the fava. Once ready, remove the slices from the grill and rub them with a piece of garlic as we usually do for bruschetta to give an extra flavor. Heat up the fava, discard the bay leaves and start mashing it with a fork until creamy. I'll leave some fava cores to make it more authentic. Add some extra virgin olive oil and give it another stir. Serve the fava cream on a large dish. Then the chicory on top. Add some chili oil and let your taste buds dance and enjoy the sound of this crunchy bread.
Super. It's divine. Really guys, I wish you can just jump in here. I'm gonna gobble this up on my own, I'm sorry. I'm not leaving anything for anyone. Bye.
In Nonna Puglia and Foggia, fava is part of what is called cucina povera, which literally means poor kitchen. This is the art of making great food with yet simple, high quality, mostly planted, seasonal ingredients. In some areas of Puglia, this dish is also called incapriata, a term that derives its history and antiquity from a Latin word caporidia, and which also is a term that comes from the Greek mythology Capiridia, which refers to a sort of a polenta made out of crushed wheat. The historical and cultural link between Greece and Puglia is clear in many research, and it gets mentioned as well by Aristophanes in his comedy The Frog. It is incredible how in Greece you can pretty much enjoy the same dish called fava and is accompanied with horta, which is also a type of wild grass very similar to chicory. So why has fava beans and chicory became such a popular dish in the Apulian tables? Well, basically because this is what the land had to offer. We had long period where there were poor water sources and with long period of drought. So legumes were used to nitrogenate the fields, and we're used to alternate basically the crops of wheat, which were a more vast, I would say, commodity for gentlemen and citizens. So the farmers only had leftovers, one of the reasons why this became the daily food in Apulia. Both were put in kitchens, usually large fireplace, in which you could have sit around basking in the heat of the flames and hearing the rumbling of the pots during the cooking. It's incredible how you use the same cooking method with kedra, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, while we were doing the research, we also saw that piñata, you can call it jara,
Jarra.
which is also an Arabic word for pot. In Sicily, the fava beans are also consumed as macco, and you can definitely say that the origins of this dish take its roots all the way to Egypt, and they are definitely not European. In fact, the origin of the names derives from a Latin word maccare, which is actually a verb and it means to crush down the beans into a puree consistency. So guys, I wish you found it interesting, this episode. We had a lot to talk and a lot of discovery for us as well.
Lots of fun.
Please stay tuned and subscribe to our channel.
Like and share.
And please do support us on Patreon. We really appreciate your effort.
Thank you for watching us.
Salam.
Bye.
Good luck on me.